Don't never stop if you wanna be on top, yeah.
Omar
Hello.
says, "Hey, Omar." So everybody say
Hey.
hi, Omar. Wave
Hello,
at Omar.
everyone.
Omar is one of
Hello,
my
hello.
mentees. Omar is in Ukraine. So what time is it in Ukraine, Omar?
It is 6:18 right now, 6 p.m. over here.
6:18 p.m. He's in Ukraine. Okay. Omar came. You're from Mexico, right, Omar?
Yes, yeah, correct. I'm originally from Mexico.
Okay. So a little bit about Omar. He's originally from Mexico. He moved to Ukraine because he got married, right? Your wife's in Ukraine.
Yeah, long story short, yes.
And he's working over there as a wholesaler. Are you coming back over to the States at all, Omar? I can't remember if
Uh,
you're coming back.
Hopefully. So I'm originally from Mexico, correct, and then I moved to the States for college. So I went to college in the States, and I lived in the States for about 8 years, so almost nine. I met my wife over there. We got married, and then my visa expired because I'm a foreigner. I'm not a resident or anything like that. So my visa expired. I had to leave. Went to Mexico, then came over here in October, and then that's when I came across you guys and wholesaling, and that's about when I started around beginning of November.
Okay, so you took the 3-day class just like this in November or in
Right.
October?
I
November?
think it was November, beginning of November, end of October, somewhere around there.
Okay, so he took it, let's just say the beginning of November. He took the same class just like you guys, the 3-day class. Omar, do you remember how you felt on day one?
Overwhelmed. I had no idea. I had no idea what this was. I told my wife I was gonna take a course, and of course, it started at 11 your time, so it started at 6 p.m. So I stayed awake until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. all 3 days, and then she still didn't know what I was getting myself into and what I was doing. But the same, a lot of information. I didn't really couldn't get my head around it. Didn't know where to start. Was trying to get my ideas straight. Pretty sure how most of you feel right now. Just kind of like everything's completely new. I had no background on real estate, nothing at all. I knew nothing about it. Not even from my country, not even from Mexico, not even from the States at all. So I was completely fresh, everything new.
All right, so let me ask you, when you signed up for the 3-day event, did you think it was a scam?
I wasn't thinking it was a scam, but I was thinking, if it was really a thing, if it was really legit. I wasn't sure if this whole thing about wholesaling was really an actual business and people actually like did this. So I was a little, I guess I had that skepticism at the beginning. But then as the 3 days went by and I met you guys and, going through all of that, the training, that started changing a lot, and I started kind of getting myself more comfortable with things.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Out of the 3-day training, what was your favorite part of the 3-day?
I think, well, everything, to be honest. Every day I like learning. I like just learning overall. So every day I learn something new. I think maybe the last couple of days was when I learned the most because my mindset was a little different. I was a little bit more receptive of things, but I really like the encouragement and the whole atmosphere that you guys create, and the mindset part. And I still think is one of the most important things, having that the right mindset to really be able to get into this and in the industry and the business overall. But I think I liked everything. To be honest, I like all 3 days.
All right, so we gave you everything you needed in the 3 days. You could have definitely went out and did this on your own. Why mentorship for you?
So I'm one of those that I get a lot into analysis paralysis, like you mentioned. I'm very analytical, so I tend to like really go over things and just I get myself into studying and studying and studying. So I have a hard time with taking action. So for me, I felt like really signing up and having some skin in the game was gonna push me to really do things and learn and take action. Otherwise, I could have seen already myself just sitting back and just learning about this maybe for 5 years before taking a step. I'm one of those. until I feel completely ready, and that's just never gonna happen. You just really gotta do things and learn as you do things. So that's why I decided to get myself into the mentorship. So I wanted to have that little bit of pressure, the little bit of accountability as well. Having the support, and also that part of support. Being able to have a team to go back to and ask questions and have that guidance on making sure I'm doing the right thing and I'm following the right path.
So Omar has a little bit of analysis paralysis. We did a one-on-one a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Okay, I'm ready to kind of scale this because this is what he's doing over there in Ukraine as as his part of his income." And I'm like, "You got this. Don't overthink it. You got this." I mean, he was literally just needed that additional validation that, okay, well, yes, you're on the right track. This is what you need to do. Blah 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 blah. So he's doing great. I want you to explain. So up to date, how many deals have you closed?
I closed 4 deals so far.
Okay.
Small deals, but I closed 4 up until now.
Okay, so 4 deals, you guys. He's closed 4 deals since he started. He's in Ukraine. He's working in the evenings, calling people back our time during the day. No excuses. Okay, so he's doing this over there as income. He's made relationships in his market. He's also partnered with someone in his market so he can increase his deal flow. So how many deals you may have pending, Omar, in the
So right
works?
now, right now I kind of took a shift on my strategy and what I was doing. Long story short, I had a hard time with like making the phone calls and talking to owners and just kind of getting over past that part. And also like thinking I was so far away and I'm doing this from over here. So I kind of started reaching out first to buyers. So I started building my buyers list first, and I found it was easier for me to talk to investors, and it kind of also from what they were telling me kind of made me start getting that mindset right of like, I'm an investor as well. I'm also investing. I have a business. So I helped a lot to kind of break the ice into getting into this. And then I started reaching out to other wholesalers and just trying to see how I could, provide some value being so far away and how I could work with them. So I built up a pretty solid buyers list. And then I started reaching out to people, see if they needed help selling their deals, if they needed help with anything overall. I started building up also like a connection list, just anything that was real estate related in my market that I could refer to people and just try to help out as much as I could. So that's kind of how I did all of my deals so far. Have been working with other people, and I've been able to help these other wholesalers sell their deals. So now I'm taking that approach of now I'm making more phone calls. So right now I have 2 hot leads. I have one in Jacksonville that I need to call them back tomorrow. It's a probate lead. And I have another one that came from a seller in Jacksonville that has properties in New Orleans, in Louisiana. So that's a first for me. So I'm gonna still trying to come up with an offer and figure out what to offer him.
Okay, so I'm going to clarify. Omar took the route of building, so he co-wholesaled. Remember we talked about co-wholesale and JVing and how I said it's resourceful in the beginning on getting deals. So he started that route with, we got him on co-wholesale and JV building his list, and then they were leveraging him to help them sell their property. So they're wanting to know, is that what was the potential profit for those 4 deals? So how much money have you made so far since you started the program,
I've
basically on
made
those 4 deals?
I've made, let me think, 12,000
12,000.
$12,000.
So he's been doing co-wholesaling since he started. He's made 12,000. Now he's starting to, in addition to co-wholesaling, he's about to start the process of trying to lock up a seller and go through the whole process himself.
Yes.
Because he has built a buyer's list. So me and him had a one-on-one about this last week. I gave him some suggestions to help tweak and make it better, especially with the difference in time frame and his wanting to not talk to sellers. So we've kind of come up with some tweaks on that. Also, Omar is very active. We have a good community, right? We have a good family. He really helps me out with the students when they have questions because he has done so many deals. He's able to ask questions about it. Now, remember, you guys, he's in Ukraine working the opposite time, and he's been able to make 12,000 just co-wholesaling. So imagine how much money he's going to make now that he's doing the deals beginning to end by himself. He's probably going to make that on one deal alone. But the fact that he made no excuses, he was able to leverage our experience and our help to help bring him up and show him how he can do this from wherever. Because remember, he wasn't really think it was a scam. He just didn't know what he didn't know and if he could do it from over there. So I'm super proud of you for doing that, Omar, and using this as an income while you're in Ukraine and, over there spending time with your wife. It makes me proud. It gets me all worked up and emotional. I remember you being on this 3 day and not having any experience, being nervous because of your, some people get nervous about their language barrier too. Omar didn't do that. He said he was going to do it, and he took the blueprint we gave him and he used it. Omar, tell me, what do you find to be the best part about the mentorship program?
I think the part of accountability, from when I started, so a lot of people are asking when I started, let's say the first week of November. And I actually closed from the 4 deals, I closed 3 in a row. So I closed all 3 of them at the same time. And that was 3 months after I started. So I put in a lot of work. I was working a lot. I was working every day to try to get that first deal. And it just happened that instead of getting one, I got 3 in a row. But the best part was just the whole, for me, the accountability. Like I said, just having to take action. Just by being there, I had to take action, and I was just getting myself immersed, in the industry, getting a hang of the language, getting a hang of terms, and having the supports. Having somebody to go to. There's daily calls. There's calls every single day. You can always log in and ask whatever it is that you need, whatever you're going through, or any question that you have. So there's always that constant help, that constant support. And for me, it's the constant accountability. Like I say, if there's anyone else that's analysis paralysis kind of person that has a hard time taking action, that's how I am, and I'm still kind of getting through that. But just having these just kind of keeps me accountable. So it just makes me have to take that action. No days off unless it's really absolutely necessary. So it just kind of keeps me going and keeps me with the right mindset.
So, Omar, what are you doing this full time?
So when I started, yes, I started, just doing this completely full time, almost all day. Just the mornings I would spend them just learning, and as soon as like daytime hits in the US, that's when I would start like reaching out and trying to stay active and working on things. And then once I closed like my last deal, I've been taking a little bit of a step back to try to work a little smarter and adjust. I think we talked about this as well. Putting on like smarter hours and just organizing my day so I'm making the most out of my day. So I'm still working on those things, but I was doing this mostly. That's all I was doing over here. But now I'm wanting to do a few other things. So I guess job wise, this is my only source of income right now.
Good stuff, Omar. Good stuff. I'm super proud of you. Did I say that?
Thank you.
I already said that. I was
Thank you.
proud of him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get proud. I get emotional when I see my students do good. I'm trying to like hold it in because I love to see where they started from on day one, where they're like, I don't know what I got myself into. And so now, like months later, they talking the language, the lingo. He's providing, income for his family over there by doing this, and all he had to do was just listen to what we told him to do, ask us questions, and utilize the program for support. And in return, Omar also, he gives back too by helping other peers because, we're a family, so we're all in this group together. And if they have a question and I can't get to it, Omar will jump in and he will help and he'll do it. And it's 6 o'clock where he's at, and I appreciate him coming on here talking to you guys. I wanted you to see how someone that's doing it international who leveraged co-wholesaling to get their first few deals and how he's grown since he's taken the 3 day a while ago. So I really appreciate you coming on here, Omar. Do you have
Thank
any
you.
parting words for everybody before they go?
Well, I would say, first of all, if anyone still has a question about this being legit, it's completely legit. It's a business. I've met thousands, hundreds of people that do this for a living. So this is completely, it's a thing, and it's a big thing. You can really go as big and as far as you want to take it. You can take it part-time, you can take it full-time, you can grow it as a business, scale it. go nationwide. And I guess if I was able to do it from here, I never met anybody in person. I haven't met a seller in person. I haven't met a buyer in person. Everything's been completely virtual, completely online from where I am. So if I was able to do it, you guys can definitely do it, being over there, at least working at the same time as everybody else. And it's a lot about taking action. I think, the biggest thing for me is, my biggest takeaway so far is just you have to put in the work. And if you're going to get yourself into this, you guys have to be ready and willing to put in the work, because you guys give us the exact thing to do, but it doesn't matter, as clear as it is and as much of a help as you guys provide and give us. If you're not ready to put in the work and do it, then, it's not going to go on its own. So I guess that's been the biggest thing for me, just being able to, realizing that I have to put in the work, and just putting in the work, then things are going to happen. And it's happening.
Good stuff. Everybody tell Omar thank you. Thank you, Omar, for coming on here. I know it's 6 o'clock over
Thank you.
there, 6:30, and I appreciate you. Send my love to your wife, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you on the calls here next week. And
Will
remember
do.
what I told you to do. Start working on that
Yes.
stuff so you can scale your business. All right. Love you,
Yes,
Omar.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Keep on
Appreciate it.
learning.
All
Thank
right.
you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.